Story time, story time, story time. Hey, before we get into the story time, I just want to say thank you for all the follows, the likes, the shares, the comments. I get so many inboxes and people want to share information or know when the next video is coming out. Look, all y'all got to do is hit my phone. Text me, 216-284-3444, 216-284-3444. Just text my phone and I'll let you know when anything's about to drop. Let's get into the story. All right, so look, I was coming out of a bit of a relationship and I hadn't really rocked with nobody, hadn't been on no dates, hadn't done anything in probably about 3 to 4 months. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I was backed up. So if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I was backed up and somebody was gonna have to pay. My friend was having this little birthday situation at the hibachi spot. And I know she got a group of girls that was gonna be there. So I was like, you know what, we pulling out the Baccarat 540 on this one. We about to go ahead and go in. First off, one thing we about to leave in 2023 and we not taking into 2024 is birthday dinners. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Y'all, either you show up late or, can't nobody sit because the rest of the party not here, or you show up 2 hours late, you don't got a gift. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of birthday dinners. I'm not doing it no more. Don't invite me. I'm not coming. I'm just telling you that right now. Let's leave that in the past. We are done with birthday dinners anyway. Who you over 20 still having birthday dinners? We done with that. Stop it. We in the lobby because we can't sit down because the whole party not here. You know what I'm saying? It's like 8 or 9 of us there, still waiting on 5 people. So me and old girl got to talking to her, one of the girls that was there for the party. She had on this purple dress, real pretty girl, like, nice form figure. I like mine like super thick and fluffy. So yeah, she had the whole package. And I already knew, I was like, you know what? I'm blowing out my best lines tonight because I'm backed up and somebody got to pay. And I'm telling you, I was ready. We talking, she laughing at all my little jokes. Only thing though, and I don't mean to be picky because I didn't care. I was backed up. It was going down regardless. But it was just one thing. Yo, ladies, y'all know how y'all be wearing y'all's weaves and that part like right here, what y'all call that? The closure? Her closure wasn't closing. Every time she laughed or giggled or moved or anything, it would lift up and you would see the sole of her forehead. And I would be like, that's sketchy. But I didn't care. I was backed up. Somebody had to pay. So I'm telling jokes, we giggling or whatever. The rest of the people come, we go to the back, we finally get to sit down and eat, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, give me like 3 drinks, you know what I'm saying? I'm annoyed at this point because we didn't have to wait for almost 2 hours for these people and all this stuff. So we get back there, the dude come back there flipping, you know what I'm saying? The same stuff about you stuff or whatever. She's all on me at this point, and I'm like, hey, I don't care. I'm backed up. It's going down regardless, you know what I'm saying? And so she whispered in my ear, she's like, what you doing after this? And I'm like, whatever you want to do. And she's like, I'm gonna keep it real. This about to be a layup for you. And I'm like, a layup? Put me under the rim. It's going down. We finish up the little hibachi thing. Happy birthday, whatever. And then I had parked like way down the street or whatever. And so her car was closer. So she was like, let me give you a ride to your car and then you can follow me, back to my place or whatever. Throughout this story, you're going to hear numerous red flags, but you have to understand, I was backed up. Somebody had to pay. There was a release that needed to happen, period. So understand, these red flags in my head were green flags, go. So we walk into her car, and I remember looking at her car, and I'm like, oh man, that's messed up. Somebody hit your car while we was in there. And she was like, you so silly. No, it was already like that. It was this huge dent on the side of the car. Like, the car was like, had a C in the side of it. And I'm like, how? This car is total. Like, this car is literally total. And I'm like, I don't even understand. And then the bumper's hanging down and touching the ground. She pulls out a zip tie out of her purse, gets down, pulls the bumper up, zip ties it in the thing. And she's like, hey, let me get in first before you get in. So she comes around, gets in the passenger door, and scoots over to the thing and gets in. And then I get in and close the door. Now, I was already blown away by the car just being total and she's still been driving it. I know what y'all thinking, but I was backed up. Okay? Somebody had to pay. So the car was freaking filthy. I mean, filthy. And I know y'all probably like, oh, she had a few wrappers, maybe some, a few things in the car, maybe a little messy. My car is a little messy. No, I'm talking filthy. I'm talking like empty Taco Bell bags. I mean, food, clothes, shoes, hair products. It's like filthy, just filthy, like filthy. So we in the car and I'm literally sitting in the car like this because you already know how I am, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting in the car like this, like this car is dirty, right? Right, filthy. Yeah, my car is like right down the street, right, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like a block and a half. And so as soon as she started the car, we started driving and I hear a noise like And I'm like, and she just driving normal, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't hear that? And she's like, this car always making sounds. I mean, you saw it. This car is messed up. That ain't no car sound. That's not a car sound. And she's like, what you mean? I was like, here, pull over by my car. So I get out and I look in the back seat. It's stuff everywhere. Ain't no telling, right? Ain't no telling. So I get back in the car and I hear it again. And I'm like, girl, it's something in your car. And she like, what do you mean it's something in the car? No, it's something living in your car. There's something in here. And she's like, she gets out, comes around, and I'm like, pop the trunk. And I grab my flashlight on my phone. Trunk full of stuff. Like just nasty, just stuff everywhere, right? So I'm like, so I'm looking on my phone and I'm moving stuff, but I know something's in there. Like I know it. I move it, and then I grab this bag. I move this bag, and it's a squirrel. Like just a squirrel just dart off out the side of the trunk. And I'm like, girl, you see? She like, whoa. And I'm like, you've been driving around with that squirrel for quite some time. If you've been saying that sound been going on for months, once again, red flag. But it was green because I was backed up. Somebody had to pay. We get back to her place. From looking at this girl, you would have not thought she was nasty like this. Like you would not have saw it. I mean, I did not see it coming. Like she was put together. Her dress was nice. The only thing, you know what I'm saying, she did have that closure, unclosure, Klozinski, like whatever y'all want to call that going on. But besides that, flawless, pretty, thick, fluffy. It was about to go down. I just didn't anticipate once I got to her apartment that it was going to look like this. It was just like, what the fuck? We walk in. As soon as we walk in, she knew we were coming back to her place, right? I know she probably didn't go to the restaurant thinking she was going to invite me back to her place, but she invited me back. So it's like, it had to be some kind of foresight or knowledge that, you know, my house is nasty. My house is filthy. And so when we walked in, she's like trying to pick up stuff off the ground and, you know, and it's dishes all in the sink and it's dishes in the dishwasher. It's food left open. Like, it's just nasty. At this point, my roach radar was going like, I know one of you roaches are in here. But I didn't see no roaches. I was looking for a squirrel also. She's picking up stuff off the floor. And so it's a pair of underwear laying on the floor. And she goes to pick the underwear up. And it's like... It sounded like Velcro. That's how stuck these drawers was to the floor. I didn't care. Because I was backed up. Somebody needed to pay. A release was needed. It was like a weird smell, which y'all need to understand. My nose is supersonic. Like if I smell something, it's problematic, right? I was like... What is that? What is that smell? And she's like, oh, I just probably need to take the trash out. So she goes to pull the trash bag out the trash container. So she lifts it off the sides and pushed it down and she lifted the bag up in the air. And when she lifted it up, the bag was covered in maggots, like covered in maggots. And I was just like, I think I might have to jack off tonight because I can't. But I have been drinking Hennessy, and DeLamonte was already ready. So she threw the bag, went out in the hallway, because stayed in an apartment. So I don't know, she went down to the incinerator, she threw the bag down there, came back. She came back, I was just standing there because I refused to sit at this point. I'm embarrassed, and she's laughing, and she's this, and she's that. I'm like, man, this gotta be the nastiest chick I've ever met. Like... So I had to use the bathroom. So I go in her bathroom. Bathrooms, you already know. Just the bathroom was just like, what am I supposed to do? Piss on the floor, shit in the tub? I don't know, because everything's fucked up in this bathroom, right? I pee in the toilet, you know what I'm saying, come back out. She ain't got no clothes on at this point. She ready. And I'm like, she like, come sit on the couch. And now the couch, it was decent. It wasn't nothing but just regular couch stuff on there. I didn't care at this point, man. You know what I'm saying? I go sit on the couch. It went down. Like, I abused that cooter for about 2 hours. She was like, you gonna stay tonight? Fuck no, man. Hell, is you serious? I'm scared that I've been here this long. And she's like, I'm just so embarrassed. You know, this, and the third. I'm going to get a cleaner. I need to get my life in order. And, you know, just going on and ranting. And then she pulls out a pack of cigarettes and goes to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, you smoke cigarettes? Now listen, I can do a chick who smoke weed a little bit. I can do a chick who drink a little bit. But one thing I can't do is a cigarette smoke at all. Exit stage left. I'm out. And I'm like, I'm about to go because I can't do cigarette smoke. And she's like, I'll put it out. And I'm like, I'm still leaving. So I leave. She inboxed me on Facebook the next day and she wants to, you know, hook up again. But she was just too nasty to see again. Like I would have to basically break her all the way down to basic fundamentals of keeping your house clean and stuff like that. And I'm too old to be teaching somebody how to do some stuff they should have learned when they was a kid. So I slow rolled her for a minute and then she fell off. But it is more women. Trust me, I've been single for the better part of 10 years. It is more women who don't keep clean houses than y'all think. And I'm not saying that to be judgy or judgmental. It's just, that's the facts. I done been in some nasty situations and I done been like, who raised you? That's just another terrible, horrible dating experience with Tom. I'll see you in the next one.